I'm Ashley Wineland, and this is Jamo's Get Ready With Me. So I'm gonna take you guys through one of my typical show makeup style looks today. So first things first, I always start with the eyes because there is a lot going on. So I go in with this MAC paint pot in the color Groundwork. It's one of their Pro Longwear paint pots, and what's really nice about this is that it functions obviously as a nice little base color, but because it's got that creamy consistency to it, it makes for a really nice primer too, which I have to say is one of my favorite things, because I find for me, especially doing shows and you're outside and it's hot, you're sweating from the stage lights and everything, that my eyeshadow creases really fast if I do not use a primer like this one right here. So just go in and I cover my whole lid. Moving on, I go in with the Skin by Kim Classic Matte Eyeshadow Palette, and I will be honest, every single color in this palette gets used, and I personally like to start from my darkest colors and then blend out with my lightest colors. I know that's not really how you're supposed to do it, but that's how I do it. So going in, I start with this dark brown color and the gray tone, and I mix those two together with this nice little crease brush, and I go in and I just start filling in that first outer third, smudging it to like that first half of my eyes. All right. So though I know it looks a little messy right now, I then like to go in with just this little liner brush, this little flat brush, and I will mix these two together, and I will take it primarily on my lower lash line, but then I will also go up into my crease just to help the blending out and kind of outline where my main crease color and the darker colors that I just laid down are gonna go. I find it just helps the blending process a little bit more with this. So then, after I get done with that, I go in with one of my fluffier brushes and I mix all these three orangey beige colors together in the palette, and I pop it truly in my crease. So then I'll just take this and start smudging, start blending, really get in there with it. So then after that, I go in with a nice little fluffy brush, and these top three colors I mix together. So we got like a beige, a little bit of a light tone, and a little bit of a gray. I find that this just kind of makes the perfect storm to come in to this inner corner and really blend this out. And then I can even take it up to that part of my crease below my brow bone and just kind of start blending that in. The whole point is to just blend until you die. It's essentially my motto, which is why I am okay starting with my darkest colors and working up. I don't know, personally for me, I find that if I start with my lightest colors and go darker, somehow all my darker colors end up being more light than I want them to be. So I just circumvent that and do this whole process, a kind of reverse from how we were all told from early beauty YouTube how to do it. So then I go in finally with this light color right here, the lightest one. I pop it in my inner corners just to give it a little bit of a, you know, kind of effect, make it go wow. And then I'll take it up underneath my brow bone just to help highlight the brows. And then, I know, blend, blend, blend. I'll go in with just this plain fluffy brush right here, and I will go through and just really take everything, because this is clean, hasn't been touched by any other additional powders, and I will just continue to blend until it gets to a spot where I feel like everything's really soft looking. All right, so now that the shadow is done, I'm gonna go in with all of my liners. So this is the L'Oreal Infallible. The smudger came off, but what I really love about this is it's in like a kind of peachy pink tone. I like to pop this in my waterline just to help give my eyes a little extra zing, make them look open, just really capture the bright and bigness of the eyes. I don't love necessarily always going in and tight lining it, though there's certain looks, absolutely, it's so much fun to really create a smoky look. But I find on stage, I really want my eyes to stand out. So by doing that, I feel like they just kind of come out, especially on camera and stuff, a little bit more. Then I'm gonna go in, as you can see, with my well-loved Urban Decay 24-hour Glide On pencil in the shade Perversion, and I'm gonna tight line my upper lash line. So I just kind of stick that up there and do that. I find that it just helps give some extra definition to the lash line. And then, ooh, speaking about liners, we need to do the liner. So I'm gonna go back with the Skin by Kim palette, and I'm gonna take this matte black color right here, and I will take a angle brush and just do this with powder. I find that I like the way this looks better. I feel like I have more control over the powder than I would, you know, with a pencil or with a cream or a liquid eyeliner, and I just kind of go through and tap it. I also find too, with the powder eyeliner in this situation, like I said, when it gets really hot and you're sweating a lot, this tends to not smudge, whereas some of the other ones. All right, and just like that, we got them all lined up. And now, my favorite part, the part that I think just really brings everything together, is the eyelashes. So I like to go in with the Ardell Demi Wispies. These are like really my go-to. I find that they just look really natural, they blend really well, and they help make everything pop. So I come in with my tweezers, and then the Duo Active Lash Adhesive, my favorite, absolute favorite eyelash glue I have found thus far. Talk about something that does not move. I find I always seem to have a problem if I use any other adhesive. Doesn't matter if it was magnetic liner, traditional eyelash glue, it just wants to come off, you know, especially the corners. Ugh, and I hate having to reapply. I have sensitive eyes, so constantly messing with things is just not in the cards. So I find this one and done. I gotta say, does anybody else just love the faces that they make when applying eyelashes or like mascara? It's my deep concentration face. All right, so those are locked in. And then, like I said, I will go in with my handy dandy eyelash curler and just pop these together, help them look more unified. And voila, just like that. This is part of why I like the Demi Wispies too, is you really don't have to blend your lashes and the fake lashes together with mascara to get that really nice open look. All right, so now that the hard part's done, we can move on to foundation. And I find that obviously skin prep is everything. So I will make sure that I got a clean face. I put on good moisturizer. I've been really loving the Eucerin Daily Moisturizing Lotion with SPF in it. Wonderful. Now, I like to go in with the Too Faced Hangover RX primer. Just talk about an amazing line. It's hydrating, but also your makeup's not gonna go anywhere, which is a must-have. A must-have. I don't put in all this hard work for my makeup to just go away. Not at all. And then I go in for show days with the Supergoop Glowscreen in Golden Hour, which also has SPF 40. So we're really just making sure that our skincare is in there. And because this is a little bit more bronzy, a little bit more glowy, I like to concentrate it on the more high points of my face. So I'll kind of get a rough blend there, and then I will blend it out. And I find that this just helps give that nice little glow without it looking greasy, because we do not need any help in the oily skin department, okay? I have very acne prone skin, so I do everything in my power to make sure that we do not break out. So then one of my favorite products that I have found thus far is this Mary Kay under eye corrector. Talk about a product that is doing the good Lord's work. I pop this on right after that, give myself a little war paint, And then I go in, as I knock stuff over, with my beauty blender that's obviously seen some love. I try to keep this thing clean. It's truly an act of God to keep it clean. I don't wet mine or anything just because I don't love how a wet beauty blender really shears everything out. So I'll go in with it dry and I will blend until it's to a point where I'm happy. And then we'll get into the base. So for show days, I really love to use the All Hours foundation by YSL. It is a nice full coverage and it does not move, which I think is really nice. So I just take literally one full pump of it on my hands, come back in with my beauty blender, and I start by primarily focusing on the center of my face, because that's, I think, where most of us carry a lot of the redness that we're looking to cover. So I'll go in and just dab, and then I will take what's left and start putting that all over the face. So even though this is a full coverage foundation, we need more because stage and lights and all that sort of stuff. So this is really an above and beyond layered look that I definitely do not do every single day, but on the days where I know, like I said, we're doing shows, I'm gonna be on camera, we're doing like news interviews, all that sort of stuff, this is my go-to. So I go in with the iconic Shape Tape by Tarte, and I again put a little dollop on my hand, and then I'll go in with the beauty blender. I'll re-hit my under eye area just because we want some light to reflect back off of that. And then of course I will go find my little marks like around my nose and my mouth, especially because the microphone takes everything off. I have to say, the lighting in the back of the bus, hit or miss some days whether I can work with it or not. It likes to give me a hard time because it's a warmer light, but I'm hoping that the ring light will help me do justice today. And then I like to go in with a true foundation brush and just do a little extra blending that I feel like the beauty blender doesn't totally help accomplish. I'll go in and just stipple with it. Moving on, I am gonna go, guys, please don't judge me, with my Milk bronzer. Okay, you're probably like, Ashley, what in the trash bag is that? Okay, I have not yet been to a Sephora to replace this. I have not been near one yet. However, I've had this for, goodness, I want to say almost 2 years now. Do with that what you will, but look at how much product it still has in it. Come on. So I've just been babying it. Obviously, the road life done did her dirty. It cracked, and then it was like I could kind of keep it together, and then it's just been falling more and more apart since then. But the bronzer, it still does the job. So I'm gonna go in with a kabuki brush and get some nice swipes of my bronzer, and I'm gonna start placing it all over my face. I focus on the main, you know, kind of 3 shape. So I'll go in, hit my cheeks, really get like a nice glow happening from here. I do love the color on this bronzer, hence why I'm still hanging on to this. And then I will go in and hit my temples. I got a big forehead, so we just kind of, you know, make this work as a contour, not contour, you know what I mean? It looks like a nice, we actually got some sun, you know, and not just, hey, I put on bronzer today. So then after that, where'd it go? Okay, found it. Go in with a powder blush. I have been using this Kylie Jenner pressed blush in the shade We're Going Shopping. And this one too, as you will see, has also seen a lot of road love. It's broken, but it'll still kind of close if I work hard enough at it. So go in, look at how much is this. This is another one I've had for years, and it's still giving me a lot of product, hence why we keep it. And then I'm gonna just hit this on the high points of my face and the tops of my cheekbones, just really taking the time to pop it in there. And of course, I love blush. I also feel like for stage, I would put on more than any normal person probably should, just because that color gets lost in all the lights. So as with all things show, entertainment, kind of makeup, we just always put on more than you naturally would, because it's gonna get lost with all the bright white lights that we usually have on us. And again, I'll take this on my nose too, so it all kind of blends out. And speaking of blending, back to more blending. I like to go back in with my beauty blender, and I will just kind of clean up under my eyes so it's not too much under, and then just up and around, just like that. And then we have a couple more steps until we're fully done. So I have been loving this One Size translucent powder. Talk about something that is gonna really just lock everything in, because I do use a lot of cream products, and like I said, with stage and just sweating and being gross, you definitely need this in order for it to stay all day long. So I go in with my big old powder brush and I just kind of tap, and I really focus it like on the places where obviously a lot of traffic happens. So my forehead, around my mouth, but the whole face will get powder. It's just, where do we start? Really the forehead. I wear a lot of hats and stuff. I have longer hair, so the hairline and stuff always gets really sweaty. So I want to make sure that that stays there and it doesn't just go running away down my face. And then, like I said, around the mouth, really lock that in, and then I'll add just some more on my cheeks. Now, for the sake of this video, I'm applying this now, but if I'm being really honest with you, I try not to put on lips until the very last moment, only because, like I said, microphones, singing, you know, all that friction and stuff there, my lips, it doesn't matter what product it is, they don't last long. But for today, I'll show you what I tend to like to use. So I am going in with the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Little Lip Kit. So I got the liner and I got the lipstick. So of course we're gonna go in and just really hit it. I overline just a smidge, not a lot. Just want you to know that they're there. And then I'll kind of hit the corners like that. And then of course we go ta-da. And before we say goodbye and all that sort of good stuff, we have to really lock it in. I'm all about making sure that this makeup is not going anywhere for the day. So this is the Too Faced, I'm sorry, it's all gone. The Too Faced Makeup Insurance, which has 18-hour wear, and truly, I believe it. Shake this up, and then I do about like 3 or 4 spritzes of this, and that is more than enough. So I can now look at you confidently and say, we are show ready. And speaking about shows and being ready for them, I am currently out on my Crank It Up tour right now. My full schedule can be seen on my website, ashleywineland.com. We got some really fun events on the schedule, like Cheyenne Frontier Days, opening up for Sawyer Brown, Jody Messina, and so many more places are on our calendar. Crank It Up is my brand new single that just came out. We're on a tour bus. Obviously, the motor just cranked up itself. But I just want to say thank you so much for watching today's video. We are clearly about to roll out, and I hope to see you guys on the road. Have a good one.